The rats escaped our swords, spurred on by their own cowardice. It made them run faster than I thought them able. Chasing them, tracking them was harder than it ought to have been. We chased them halfway across the country, until one day we heard that they had stopped moving. They had holed up in a shipyard and were raiding the local villages for supplies, waiting, word had it, for a ship to take them to Grey Shore Island, the very place where I grew up. Grey Shore is a hellish place, ruled by the Brotherhood with cruel, vice-like grip. It's a place that I ran from as soon as I was old enough, away from the Brotherhood. The Brotherhood have been working with the rats. There's no telling how bad the corruption has gotten, and no telling how deadly a power they could be. I called for help from our ally, the Sultan. He told me of a beach just down the coast where we could rally forces and build weapons to try and take them down. He would help us out with some siege equipment for our mission, and if we failed, he was sending a ship to take those forces after the rats, chase them to Grey Shore, and stop them there.
The rats have fortified a shipyard in the next bay where they are readying a ship. They have only a few troops, and this is an excellent opportunity to take them before they reach the safety of the sea. Use the beach as a base from which to quickly gather your forces and launch an attack.
Right!
Lord Blackstaff, the enemy have taken ship and fled. Victory!
I had to follow them. We sailed all day, but lost track of their ship as the weather turned. I guided us to land on the south shore of the island where we might find a friendly face. My brother and his wife. It had been years, but they welcomed me as if it were only days. They told us about the rats' influence on the island and how they had been working with the Archbishop for years now, threatening the populace. Alas, their influence was great, their armies already on the move. As we slept, their maid fled and betrayed us. She told the rats where we were. Silverback, the most impetuous of the three, marched his army that very night. We awoke to the sound of their horns and knew that we would have to stand our ground here.
Silverback's forces are advancing. You will have little time to throw up some defenses before his advance party hits. The local villagers are loyal to you, but they will need your leadership if you are all to survive.
Can't place that there, my lord. Cite your granary, sire. Victory!
We were stronger than he expected, so Silverback fled. This is your chance, my brother told me. His castle is to the north, and he won't be ready for you. We marched north and took on his castle before he had a chance to catch his breath. His forces there were strong, but we still had the scent of victory in our blood.
You have marched through the day, and even though your troops are few in number, you must use the confidence that your men still feel and attack now, at night.
Woman, make ready! Get up on those walls!
Silverback is captured, my lord. The castle is ours. Victory!
Silverback's brothers didn't like his fate. They sent a messenger to tell us to leave now, to spare us their wrath. We sent their messenger right back to them. My brother had spoken to the local villagers, gathering their support and resources to help free them from the tyranny of the island. It was a good job, as word soon reached us that the combined army of the rats and the Brotherhood was heading towards our location. We had to rebuild Silverback's castle and defend it with our very lives.
Silverback's brothers, supported by a sizable force from the Brotherhood, are descending on you, and the castle you now find yourself in was clearly poorly built. You must not only repair it, but also improve it, if you are to stand any hope of holding out against the forces marching towards you.
The enemy are attacking! Victory!
We wore them down, and they retreated. Word spread about our battles. The people of the island rose up to join us. We can take this back, I told them. We can take back this island and banish the Brotherhood forever. We heard that the leader of the Brotherhood's armed forces, the Marshal, was preparing his troops. I told our troops that we had to leave now, to take the fight to them whilst they still prepared. The element of surprise would be what allowed us to take the upper hand. We marched to the Archbishop's Abbey, fortified like no castle I had ever seen. This would be the toughest fight of our lives.
Plan your assault of this fortress carefully. It is multi-layered and defended by the 2 remaining rats and then the Marshal himself, who commands the inner stronghold, where fighting will be fierce.
Where's the fight?
We are victorious, sire!
We found the Marshal upstairs. We had him cornered. I told him that he would be spared if he told us where we could find the Archbishop. He made the decision for us. We found the Archbishop hidden in a dungeon underneath the Abbey, cowering for his life. He told us that the Marshal coerced him, forced him to be aggressive, to take measures that he never wanted. I only wanted to be a good man, he begged. I sent him back to the mainland. The land was free and safe for the first time in memory. The people asked me to stay to help them get their lives back together. I was tempted, until a message came from Long Arm, telling me that the wolf was still alive, and that they needed my help. I left immediately. I didn't yet know that my presence in the battles to come would barely make a difference to what was to happen in the end.